So you're stuck at home. What do? You're bored out of your mind. Again, what do? Do you just sit around your house and complain? You can do something productive, or you can get creative. Here I'm going to show you why I chose photography. Here's one reason why I like photography. I've been doing it for about 13 years now. I am not the greatest, but I am way better than I was. So I'm going to show you guys a series of pictures of where I started, and then how I became a better photographer, and how I'm now ready to take pictures of people and start my business and just take it to the next level. So I've had a camera for a while, and the first camera that I got was a Nikon D40. Sorry, my mom's out there cleaning in the garage, and I was like, who's closing the garage? Sorry. And I had a D40, and I remember I used that for a long time. That was the first wedding camera I had that I did my first wedding, which I don't recommend. If you're not a professional, don't do weddings. The only reason why I did a wedding was because my friend was getting married, and she goes, my sister doesn't have a photographer, and they're doing a small wedding. I didn't do too bad with their pictures, but still, I was new. I didn't know what I was doing. I was scared. I was like, I better not mess this up, because with weddings, you only get one shot, no redos. So I did my brother's wedding as a practice. He was like my first real practice, was my brother's wedding. I did my best friend's wedding. She helped me. Her uncle was her main photographer, but he allowed me to, and so did she. They both allowed me to be the background, so I was able to stand in different angles without having to get his way and do pictures of him and their family and stuff like that without having to get in his way. And he allowed me to take a few poses of her and this and that. It was kind of fun. I really enjoyed that, and I was really blessed that my best friend allowed me to do that. Then I just gradually kept trying to get better at my photography, and I just couldn't get better at it. I just couldn't. And for some reason, I felt stuck. The life that I was heading into, I was not living a good life. I just felt stuck. So finally that I cleansed my life, and I am more aware of my surroundings, and I'm more happier. I've been studying the arts, and I've been studying a lot of photography. I've been doing a lot more of that, and it's been helping tremendously. I bought a new stand, because my old one broke, or they broke it, I should say. Somebody was trying to steal all my photography stuff, and when they did, I don't know what they did. They got embarrassed, and so they cut this, and they just left this piece, but it fits to my new one, so I just added to my new one, just to have an extra one. And then this is a camera that I have. It's a Nikon. It's a D3200, sorry, D3200. This is my lens. It's a Nikon 7033 lens. I have more lenses, but this is like my favorite lens, and I shoot with everything with it. I practice with this lens because I have to focus it myself. It's not like I'm going to show you with the other lenses. It's not set on autofocus, so I can't necessarily have the camera just focus it for me instead of me having to. So I've been getting better at doing that, and I'm proud of myself for that. So here's another thing that I want to talk to you guys about. Plus, photography, you can make money there's a lot of people that do great photos, with just their phones. And I am like, wow. And they always say, I just use my iPhone 7 or my Samsung Galaxy Note 8 or my Samsung. So this is one of my old, very first ones that I ever got. It was with my camera D40, and I'm getting it fixed. So I found it, somebody stole it, and it's a true story. I prayed because my dad got me that as a gift, because he knew that after my grandfather had passed away, he knew that I really liked photography, and my brother was getting married. And so him and my grandpa, my step-grandpa, which is my mom's stepdad, got together for my birthday gave me a camera, and they gave me the Nikon D40. They found it on sale because this guy used to own his own little camera shop, and I miss it. I miss that place. And he would sell cameras that people didn't want, and this was a brand new D40. The guy accidentally bought the D40, and he said he didn't like it, so he came into his store, sold it to him because he was trying to make money so that he can go ahead and buy the one he did want it. He wanted a little bit bigger, so I went ahead and purchased it and got this lens. It is the 28 to 78 lens. I love this lens. This lens is amazing. It's one of my favorite lenses, but right now it needs to be worked on because it's really hard to move. So I have to get it professionally cleaned out so that it can be lubricated again because it's hard to move, and so it's been sitting for a long time. So that's what happened. Because when I had finished praying, one of my good friends said that she seen somebody in her neighborhood selling one of the cameras on Facebook. It wasn't was it MySpace? At the time we had MySpace. And I just remember her saying, "What are they selling?" She saw, "Camera looks like yours." And then like a week later, somebody came and returned it because I did report it to the police. And then somebody came and reported it back because I had the serial number and everything. And so never traced it back, and they found out it was mine, and God returned it to me, and it was mine. And I've been so blessed to have it, but I just can't get it to work because whoever stole it broke it. They didn't know what they were doing because, see, I always kept my stuff separate just in case. So I always hid my stuff. So I always kept the camera with there. But then when I had to battery and the charger, I would always hide the battery and the charger somewhere else because you need the battery and you need the charger to go with it. So you can't use the camera without the charger and the battery, because you can't charge it. This is the lens that it came with it. This is the DX, and it's a Nikon. It's a 9.95M, 3.12 millimeters, and it's pretty good. It's one of my other favorites. It's a 55-22 millimeter lens. That's just if you know photography, you'll know what that means right there. And then I'll get into detail later what that means in another video. Yeah, it's just, I really enjoy it. Here's my other lens that I have hidden. I know I have more than one. Oh, let me go get it. Sorry. So let me get my other lens for you. And what's that? Because right now, I believe my lens, one of them, it's on my other camera. I forgot. Well, right now my other camera is very repaired, so they needed a lens so that this wouldn't be bare and it wouldn't get damaged. So I forgot. So I'm getting it repaired. But I like photography and I love everything that it has to offer. It's very relaxing, and you can make money if you're good at it. And it's just simple things you can do to learn. You just need to learn your aperture, your rule of thirds, learning how to let the light in and how to let the light out, how much light you need, how fast you need your camera speed to go, which is the shutter speed, or ISO. That's the lighting of how you want your camera, how much lighting you want your camera to see. If it's for instance, and I just took some pictures earlier today, and I'll show them to you of these plane, and I took them at 160 per second. Sorry, let me get it back to where it needs to go. So it's 160 over f-stop 5. F-stop just means the focus and how fast you want your picture to go and stuff like that. And then the shutter speed is actually how fast you want it to go. And the f-stop is just a focus on how much focus you want that picture to be, or how focused it's going to be. So it's pretty neat to learn photography. My grandfather used to do photography very well. I've talked about it in different videos. And then Ever since I was in high school, I always wanted to do that. I always told my friend, I want to be a photographer when I grow up. And so I've had my lows in photography where people are like, we don't like your work or you need to improve, which is fine because that's what motivated me to get better. And I had my highs where people are like, yes, yes, your work is amazing. Like, and you're just like, yes, finally. So today, these people came over to, and they did how they did it in New York. They flew. So they told us in the news, and I was getting ready, and I remembered. I was like, oh, that's going to be today. So I was watching Facebook, and then on the news they were on saying how the planes were going to be flying over our city of Bakersfield to do a tribute to all the essential workers like myself and nurses and doctors, and they were going to fly, and they were going to do their fly, and they were going to do a coronation like a just fly. And so I took a bunch of pictures, and a lot of my pictures came out pretty good, and I'll show you guys at the end all those pictures, and I'll show you guys a lot of my pictures of how I started and where I began and to where I am now, where it got me. And that picture, I submitted it, and it's gotten a lot of attention, and somebody said, hey, that looks like Snoopy's house. And I even was joking with my son and going, that picture I took is really good, because I bet you Snoopy would be proud. And my son's all, what? Who's Snoopy? And I was like, you know who Snoopy is. He's like, oh, he's like, Charlie Brown. He's only 11, but still, it's like, they don't make cartoons nowadays like they used to, in my opinion. But getting off subject, I like photography because it helps me. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys a few of the pictures that I was able to take just not that long ago with my camera the other day, because I had these standing outside of my mom's backyard, and there were these two hummingbirds, and they were doing this formation, dancing around like this. But I was able to capture one going this way and then the other one just flying. And I couldn't get them because they were going so fast in formation. So I was only able to capture what I was capturing. So let me show you guys. Okay. So let me pause. One of the photos that I was taking. Here it is, the hummingbird. It's gotten me a lot of attention. Here's the other one. So remember, this is when they were dancing. I couldn't get both of them. I was able to get that. And then here's a bird. It was just sitting there talking to me. It was doing its mating call. And then as you get, they're not great, but those hummingbird ones were amazing. So it's just knowing your stuff. These are pictures of flowers. This is one that I did for just a reason. Just keep practicing, and it's been turning out pretty good. So it's just practicing random stuff. There's the moon. So I'll show you guys again. I'll post those pictures of the birds, and I'll show you guys. So this is my bag, and it's like my little bag. I carry it with me, and it says Nikon right there, and it comes with a whole bunch of stuff, and I carry a lot of things in here. So I kind of like it. So that's what I use, guys. In this video, there's going to be some pictures at the end. I'm going to show you a lot of my pictures. They're going to be a random order because I couldn't get them really. Like, I found a lot, and I'll say if these were from the very beginning. But you'll kind of get the picture because you'll kind of see how they look. So, and you'll see the progress as each picture progresses. So, if you want, comment below. I've struggled and found my passion, and now I am on my way to success. Bye.